Louisiana Spirits is a group comprised of chapters. We cover the entire state. You have a northern chapter, a central chapter, a southwestern, a south central, and a southeastern chapter. But Louisiana Spirits is just in Louisiana. We are members of the TAPS organization, which is the Atlantic Paranormal Society. They're the ones that do Ghost Hunters on the Sci-Fi Channel. We are their family members.
We go in, we research. They also bring stuff back to us too. If there's a case in Louisiana that they can't get to or they don't have time to, we get referred that case. We investigate it and we usually report back to them on that.
Paranormal, pertaining to the claimed occurrence of an event or perception without scientific explanation of a purportedly supernatural phenomena. Paranormal investigators, a group of individuals set out to search for unknown phenomena using scientific methods. Here are their stories.
I had a couple of personal experiences when I was little, and so when I moved to Lafayette from Denver and I had some free time, I was able to kind of look into some groups and kind of start, getting into it with them.
Growing up, I was afraid of everything, and working to try and get over those fears and wondering what is real and what isn't real. And just a lot of questions unanswered for me, so just in search of the answers myself.
I've always been a little interested in it. Mainly it was the TV show Ghost Hunters. Started watching that, got really interested in it. Didn't know how to bring that any further. I stuck with that for a while and eventually researched Louisiana Spirits, was the local area ghost hunting team. Never really contacted them and never knew what would be involved, never knew what to do with it. But until one day I saw they were offering a Ghost Hunters 101 class, 3-day course, actually go to a haunted location. So I figured I'd give it a shot, tried it out, really enjoyed it, and actually found they decided to actually contact me instead of me contacting them. I was thinking about it real hard about what to do, and before I knew it, they were contacting me and asking me to join with them.
Yeah, I've always been interested in paranormal activity. I've always been interested in ghosts, spirits, whatever you want to call them. When I was a child, I had an experience at my grandmother's house, and it scared me. But I was still interested. I still got up and went down the hall to see what it was. So I think it scared me more when I found that there was nothing there. And then after my mother passed away, I had another experience. So those two experiences, I just felt like, there's something, and they say energy can't be created or destroyed, so it's got to go somewhere. So that's what I'm looking for.
Someone in here. Rustle a paper. Is it you?
I didn't say anything.
Moving.
That's much as I'm moving.
No. You heard it though?
No, I didn't. Where did it sound like it came from my side?
The first one was the first investigation that I did with the Ghost Hunters 101 class, which was really nice. I was never been in a claimed haunted location, so it was kind of exciting. Although there were a bunch of people there at the time, it was still an interesting place, and no personal experiences took place for me. A few people were getting some interesting pictures, but on my own, I did catch some EVPs that stood out and that were very interesting, and was able to actually research that back to some information. A name that I caught to the EVP actually went back to a mother's name of the original owner of the house. So it was kind of interesting, and I really enjoyed that.
Well, there's always your first investigation, and that one is fabulous. You know, because you're pumped, you're ready to go, you're hoping for that excitement, and then you have ones that stick out in your mind. Oak Alley, which was kind of our first one, was fantastic. We got to go, the Oak Alley plantation, we got to go up into the attic where, you know, nobody really has ever been, and we got huge amounts of evidence from Oak Alley. Abbeville, Abbey Players, where we are right now, which we just did last year, was fantastic. I mean, we got lots of evidence. We had lots of great personal experiences that were recorded, so we have something to back them up.
When I am here by myself, when I feel anything, I feel a lot of cold spots throughout the building myself, and it usually takes place in this dark corridor here.
Now, what exactly is this corridor?
This was well, this is actually built by us, by the Abbey Players. I'm not sure. Like I said, the building was divided into different, 4 different businesses at one time, and I believe this was a dividing wall at one time. So this is a separate building. There's a, now you can't see it right now, but there's double doors right here that were the actual entrance to this particular business, whatever it was. And whenever I walk by those double doors, I always feel like a chill, and not from a breeze or anything, because it's been closed up, but I feel a cold chill every time I pass through here. And myself, I when I'm here by myself, I'll hear like a small girl's voice sometimes, or I'll hear like a door opening in the front, and, you know, little things like that. That's things I personally experienced. But other people, 2 people in particular, who, like I said, claim to be sensitive to that sort of thing, claim that they feel the spirit of a young girl, and that's what keeps popping up the most from people that we've spoke to about it. And they'll either hear her voice, or they'll, like I said, see her walk across the lobby there. So that it all revolves around some small girl, whatever was here at one time, or I don't know. And one thing I forgot to mention earlier, which is unique, I think, is both people who claim to have seen this have said that when she's walking across the lobby, all you see is from her knees up. Why that is, I don't know. But they both claim the same thing. So maybe this may not even have been this building. It may have been what was here before the building was here, and the ground was lower. And that may be why her legs are cut off. Who knows? But both people have said that.
You know, who's to say what is real and what isn't real? I know what I've seen. Where it exists or where it originated from, I don't know. Everything we do is in theory. But I've seen things that I know were real in front of me. I haven't been fortunate enough to get that on video, but I'm no longer afraid. I'll tell you now, I'm more afraid of the living than I am the dead.
Is there anybody in here with us? It's me moving all these.
Yeah, but there was Louise over here after you asked. It was back in the corner, over here.
Is there somebody here with us?
Okay, this side was the female side?
No. We're in the men's side.
This is the men's side, and over there was the female
Right.
side. Okay.
Yeah, you described it wrong on the cameras.
Oh, okay.
You said female, but it doesn't matter.
If there's anyone in here with us right now, can you make a noise for us?
Flash this one camera.
That creepy feeling went away.
Yeah, I hadn't had that creepy feeling in a long while.
When we go lights out, we're going to have our equipment that we take with us, our digital cameras, our K2 meters, our motion detectors, and we'll probably break up into group. There's only 4 of us, so there's probably be 2 to a group, and we'll just sit down in certain areas of the building and We ask questions, we take pictures, we wait for responses. Most of the time, since I've been doing this, I've never heard a response, but I've always gotten several responses on my digital recorder. So that's what we do.
All right, this is the camera setups we got set up today. We got one of the stage areas centered, just a whole general area, capture any movement or anything that may move across that area. Camera 2 is the bar, reception, kind of the front lobby area. This area is known to seeing a little girl possibly crossing across the whole room, so we just got a general shot there. Camera 3, we have it's a shot of the stairs. When we hear it previously, we felt the cold spot moving up and down the stairs. It's also known to hear footsteps, people moving and when they aren't there. And camera 4 is just another general stage shot, just covering the whole area down there. Let's go. The evidence that we collected last time was EVP, so recreating an EVP is difficult. But we would like to investigate those same areas those EVPs were caught and try to see if we can get them to come back again. If they do come back, that gives us an idea that it is what's called a residual haunt, especially if it's the exact same phrase. It'll repeat itself the exact same way we heard originally. If we get something new, that's just all better. It doesn't mean it's residual, doesn't mean it's intelligence, it just means it's got something new. But as far as EVPs, like I said, we can't recreate them. Cold spots that we felt before but weren't recorded, we would like to try to hopefully maybe see if those come back also. And if we can document those a little bit better on camera, that'd be nice also.
The reason that we investigate at night is real simple. And it's not because of a witching hour, it's not because of dead time or anything like that. It's just at night everything is, it's more quiet at night. It's easier to hear things. During the day you can light up a flashlight, you're not going to see a whole lot. But at night when you turn on your flashlight, you see a lot more. So the theory is it takes less energy to manifest. So it's, you know, easier to do it at night.
Can you tell us why you passed through here? Is this another place you used to walk through?
It's my chair.
It's really hard to concentrate with that music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to get up and do a little two-step. If only I know how to two-step. So if there's anyone in here with us this evening, we have a lot of devices. You can make yourself known by coming near one of the devices and speaking into it, or just simply coming next to it, sit down. Is that coming from behind the bar?
Yeah, it's that ice machine.
Okay. We're not here to harm anyone, we just came to visit. Can you tell us how old you are? Can you tell us what year it is? Can you tell us your name? We have Jared with us. I'm sure if you're here, you're familiar with Jared. He's here a lot. You can come sit next to Jared. We don't know. And I don't think anybody really knows the answer. I know that a lot of places that we investigate, if someone's passed there, chances are their spirit is still there. But spirits, you know, can also attach themselves to things, to items. You buy an antique bureau, you bring it home, there could be something attached to it. There may just be spirits that are attached to this place. There could also be spirits that are attached to the performances they put on here. They put a lot of comedies on. I do know that the lighting system here, Jared explained, was purchased in New York City. And so there could be something attached to that. So who knows why they're here? They could be passing through. They may have liked the place before they passed, and they're just hanging out.
Well, it's not that we disbelieve, because we do believe in spirits, we do believe in ghosts, what you'd like to call them. It's that, you know, we come in as skeptics on, you know, the certain area. So we, like, in one hand we believe, in the other hand, we think it's something, you know, could be self-explained. So it's kind of it's like you're juggling the two balls in the air, with belief and, and non-belief. Because we hope that by coming in as skeptics that we can disprove things and make the people feel more comfortable, but then we come in as believers hoping that we can make contact.
I swear that's what I thought she said. That's what I was like, I just want to wrestle the clothes.
Wrestle. It'd be a very uneven fight, but you could do it.
It would be quite interesting. I would like to see
It'd be great
it.
if you just wrestled them, but if you want to wrestle, it'd be even better.
Just throw down right here in the middle of the
That's
floor.
it.
That'd
We'll
be
do a
awesome.
3 count. I'm already down here.
Can you move?
Gently move back and forth.
Can you sway?
Sway. With a fair amount of noise.
Did y'all hear that?
I did.
It was down there.
No, because I was.
It wasn't this one.
No, it was a
like
thump.
what I heard was
It was
almost
kind
like
of
a,
like
Was it this?
Like that.
My foot?
That's what it was.
okay.
I don't think I did that though.
I heard like a shh.
I heard a thump like that.
Let me do it again.
That's what I heard.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't do that before. I said I did.
Unless I was wrestling and didn't know it.
Maybe some of these pants came off the rack.
But I just had this, like, when you said that, this vision just fly through my head of something fall on the floor and just,
And just wrestling.
flopping back and forth.
Oh no.
But if that happened, that would be
That would
awesome.
Best
rock.
evidence
And
ever.
I would pee on my pants.
That would so rock if you would wrestle with one of these clothes. It'd be a first in investigation history, I think.
Yes.
That's right.
Here at the Abbey Players, we
Ghost
caught
hunts wouldn't have
spirits
anything
wrestling
less.
with the costumes. And one.
Next going wild.
Sometimes we'll ask for a knock on a wall, bang your feet on the floor, so just any type of noise. We'll do the old shave and a haircut, finish it, just finish that for us. And some people have had it completed for them. Some people haven't. We try to do anything we can, move something, make a noise over here, make a noise over there. And if that happens, we try to make it do it again. And we don't try to repeatedly, time after time, because we don't want to frustrate. So if we ask for a knock, we hear one, says, that was great. Now can you do it one more time for us? And if we get it one more time, we'll stop asking. It's kind of a confirmation. And if it's one knock in one place and it's one knock in another, we get a little, have to start wondering what's happening. Okay, wait, we had a knock here, but now we heard a knock here. What does that mean? We try to get them to do it in one place, one time. And if it happens in one place, one time, then we got a little more confirmation that something may be there. Then we'll continue to approach our questions as it goes and as they go. And then maybe 3 minutes down the road, we'll ask them to knock again to know they're there. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It's just, like I said, it's always hit or miss.
When I joined Louisiana Spirits, they were already using the same equipment. And I ended up taking the case manager's place. And when he left, the equipment left. So then I purchased all of the equipment and got everything running and just learning to use it and just reading up on it and how it's applied.
This is very commonly used mainly because of the visual aspect. You can put it on the middle of the floor, and if you have an intelligent spirit, you can try to get to interact with it. Like I said, majority of the time it's on the green. It's down at the bottom. The way we get to interact, we tell them, look, if you walk by this green light, you can get it to light up. And typically, if there's a spirit present, it will light up. You can use it to answer simple yes, no questions. Make it bleep for yes, don't make it bleep for no. But that's, like I said, just a very basic visual thing. We usually get a base reading when we walk through a building. We walk into a room. We walk around, find out where the hotspot energy is coming from. Typically, it'll be around an outlet or a TV or any other electronic device. Then we'll settle down, calm down, and make sure there's no activity on this, and we'll set it down. And then we'll start. If it lights up throughout the interview or an EVP session, we know something's going on, and we start trying to interact with what may be there. These are just basically two other versions of that with a little more detail. They should have digital readouts. You can actually see how high the EMFs are moving in the room. Some of them can actually record the session, so you can actually, if it peaks out at a certain point, you can actually go back and see how far it peaked out. These are definitely more accurate. This one is actually sold as a ghost hunter's tool. I can't remember who puts it out, but it's got a built-in thermometer, a thermocoupler. The other cameras, as far as our DVR setup, is stationary. They don't record audio, they're just pure video, and that's reviewed later at a time for any movements, anything unusual that may show up.
It may be a car,
Okay.
but we're all in this area right here.
Right, so
When
nobody's
the
in that
light is
room.
coming, okay, watch.
Okay.
See, there it goes.
Yeah. Well, and it's in this room right here,
Yeah.
right, where all the
Yeah.
windows and
Can we
everything,
rewind it
so,
again?
yeah, one more time.
Other tool, which is fairly new to us and we're kind of experimenting with still, is a motion detector. Just detects any motion in the area, sets off an alarm. The best use for this is we can't be everywhere at once. So we'll set that up in an area that we're not investigating at the moment, usually in a doorway or stairway that's said to have activity. People say, I always hear somebody, I always see somebody going up a particular area. We'll set that up at the base or the top of a stair or in a doorway. And if it goes off while we're in another part, hopefully we'll hear it and we'll be able to move towards that area and first determine whether or not it was somebody or something non-paranormal setting it off. The last tool, the cream of the crop, which is a thermal camera. Every ghost hunter's dream. It's basically, it detects surface temperature of solid objects. This is good for it because you can see in complete darkness with it. Everything that puts off heat or contains heat can be seen with this thermal camera. What this does, we can't always see a ghost or a spirit because they're not always completely solid. They can be a shadow, they can be a mist, they can be anything. And the purpose of this is to hopefully detect that.
We just started with AOC a few months ago. We signed up, I believe it was in December, and started our first investigation with doing that in January.
We're only 3 or 4 shows in. I think it's gotten our name out there a little bit more, and people are kind of starting to recognize who we are and what we do. You know, maybe getting a couple more emails, a couple more phone calls. You know, and I think mainly too is it's also going to help the businesses that we go to. Like for instance, the Abbeville Players, it's going to, you know, put their name out there for the people that watch AOC, and they're going to go, oh, Abbeville, well that's pretty cool. I didn't know they had a theater. I'll, you know, check into it. So hopefully we can help the businesses as well by getting their name out there.
A lot of people don't know about us, and hopefully it'll help open that up. Hopefully by word of mouth, one person will see it, they'll tell another person about it, and so on and so forth. It's with limited funds, we don't have much advertisement we can put out. So if it's free to us at a minimal cost, we'll take it. Any publicity is good for us. We'll contact typically some media, newspaper or news when we're doing an investigation in a certain area and try to bring them in. And it's purely basis to help us and help other people understand what we're doing and how we're doing it. That we're not a bunch of crazy crazy people with witches or warlocks or anything like that. We're not doing any pagan things. We're coming in with a scientific basis and conducting our investigations that way. So hopefully it will spread out in any way we can get it.
You know, really we're about getting our name out and getting the fact out that, you know, a lot of times when people look at paranormal investigators, they refer to us as like devil worshippers or, you know, really strange people when we're just normal people. And what we do has nothing to do with all of the other, trying to get a more credible reputation or whatnot.
I think also just to let, you know, it's entertainment. People really enjoy what they don't understand or they don't know.
And we're good people. You know, we're not a bunch of crazy people out there in the middle of the night trying to make something of what's not there. I mean, we're gonna be honest. We're gonna be straightforward with what we find. If we find nothing, we're gonna tell you we found nothing. We're not gonna make up evidence to make somebody else happy.